Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Ken Rousslang, and I've gone through the most reputable medical journals to find the most up-to-date scientific evidence on how to get you into the best shape of your life. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my video on hip pain. As a medical doctor, I see a lot of patients that complain about hip pain, so today we're going to go over common causes and then a workout that can help prevent and reverse hip pain. If you've ever heard of tennis players like Andy Murray or Jimmy Connors, you may know that they actually have metal hips now because of all of the strain they've placed on their hips over the years. And this is not unique to tennis. Any sport that really involves lateral movement is going to put a lot of strain on the hips, and you'll notice that a lot of these athletes end up getting metal hips and severe arthritis in their hips at very young ages. To start, I'd like to demonstrate the areas that people often suffer from hip pain. The most common thing I see as a doctor is your everyday muscle strain and muscle tear. And the most common muscles involved here, I can demonstrate, are right here. These are the IT band and a muscle called sartorius. The names aren't important, but if you have pain here in this region, which is on the outside superior or higher part of the hip, then it's most likely a muscle tear that you're suffering from. Now, if you're maybe a little bit older or you've been playing sports for a long time, you might have pain that's deep within the hip joint, and you'll notice I'm pointing here more towards my groin area, and that's because that's where the femur, which is the major bone in the thigh, meets the hip bone. And if you have pain in that area, that can be a sign that you're developing arthritis, which is when the bone of your leg may be touching the bone of the hip, or some nerves may be close to touching bone, in which case you can have pain that's associated with activity. Another sign that you're developing arthritis is that your hip might feel a little bit better if you point your toe out like this. So people with arthritis of the hip, oftentimes you'll see them walking something like this, if it's one-sided. And lastly, if you have pain that's down here, there's a bone here, a bony prominence rather, of the femur. That's called trochanteric bursitis. The name isn't important, but it's a sign that you have some inflammation here on the side of your hip, and that's also a very common thing we see as doctors. Luckily, today's workout that I'm going to go through are designed really to prevent and even reverse the pain caused by all of these conditions. Alright, so to get started, the first move for my prevention of hip arthritis routine is the basic wall sit. Alright, so I'm going to go over here, and just like it sounds, I'm going to sit against the wall, just like this. Alright, you may recognize this move from my knee pain workout because this is one of the best all-around moves for preventing arthritis, especially in the lower body. You'll notice I have about a 90-degree angle between the ground and my ankles, a 90-degree bend at my knees, and a 90-degree bend at my waist as well. And this is a really great move, especially because people sit down in chairs a lot all day, so they actually end up having really tight hip flexors and really weak quadriceps as well. So this is going to reverse all of those imbalances. This move has the capability of preventing pain or arthritis. This is also a good move to start off because it really engages the whole core, the whole lower half. It's going to really warm up those muscles real quick. I'm already sweating. Okay, hang in there everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. And release. Alright. I'm not going to take any break. I'm going to go straight into my next move. And this is also one of my very favorite moves, and that is the basic push-up. Now, you might be wondering, why is a push-up in a hip pain routine? And the answer is very simple. The plank has been around for a long time to help stretch out those hip flexors and help engage the front half of the hips and the legs. Now I just add a push-up because this is high-intensity interval training. All right? 5, 4, 3, 2, go. I'm going to go for about 60 seconds, and that's about as long as I can do push-ups. Full extension each one. Now if you really want to make sure you're engaging the hips, make sure you're squeezing your belly button into your spine, and try to tuck your pelvis in to your chin as you're doing this. A lot of physical therapists recommend just holding planks for your hip. And it's really good because my quadriceps are engaged, my hip flexors are engaged. But adding a push-up to it can really notch up the intensity, help get you that six-pack you're looking for. Make sure to breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. The next move for my hip pain routine is going to be oblique crunching. You may recognize this from my knee pain video as well, because the IT band runs all the way from your hip into your leg. So this is going to help alleviate pain in this whole region, including the hip. All right, set up like this. 25 per side. 5, 4, 3, 2. Try to make contact, my elbow to my knee every time. Really good for the sides of my legs and hip. Not working hip flexors anymore. I'm working hip abductors. Hang in there, guys. There, good. Bring it down. All right. No break for me. Same thing other side. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's a tough one. Good job, everyone. Next move for my hip pain routine is going to be the bridge. And unfortunately, the backs of the legs are often neglected in routines that you'll see online and elsewhere. So today, I'm really going to make sure I hit these hard. Do a bridge, set up by lying down, lift up at my pelvis, all right? Make it a little more intense, and add a 10-pound kettlebell right here. I'm just going to squeeze my glutes in, elevate my hips. I'm going to hold this for 60 seconds, and I'm going to do a bonus one leg each side for 15 seconds after this, 90 seconds total. We don't want an imbalance of strength across the hip joint, so we need to work the back as well. Guys, this is the heaviest weight I own, by the way, 10 pounds right here. You don't need big, heavy weights to get ripped and get in great shape. All right, 3, 2, 1. Put my feet together, one leg, 15 seconds. Ooh, you can feel that right away. Really feel it in the glutes and the hamstrings. Seconds. And switch sides. Four, 3, 2, 1. Slowly. Okay. Excellent. The next move in this routine is going to be something called kickback crunch. So let me demonstrate for you at home. So I'm going to set up on all fours, hands shoulder width apart. I'm going to reach my left leg and my right arm out, crunch them together. All right, I'm going to do this 25 times per side. 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Try to extend as far as you can. For an added bonus, bring your forehead into your knee as well. Squeeze that glute back. Good job, everyone. Same thing other side. I'm not going to take a break. We'll go right into it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Notice I'm not going super fast. Really taking my time. Squeeze each rep. Last couple. Very good, everyone. I'm gonna go straight into the next move now. I'm not gonna take any breaks. Side plank with the hip raise. I'm gonna give the back and the front of my thighs a break here. Work on those hip abductors and obliques. 5, 4, 3, 2. Maximum height here. You can do 20, you're a superstar. Last one, good job. All right, same thing other side. Ooh. Really sweating hard now, guys. I don't know if the camera can see it. 5, 4, 3, 2. It's okay. You slip, don't worry about it. Nobody's perfect. Bring it down. All right. Good job, everyone. All right, good job hanging in there. That routine is tough. But to end, I like to cool down with a stretch. And this one's great for the hips, one of my favorite stretches. A Kenpo stretch, okay? A yoga pose like this. This really stretches the glutes. And then I'm gonna lean over, grab my foot. And this way I can stretch my glutes and the quadriceps of the opposite leg. So really a total leg stretch here. And, I would usually hold this for 30 seconds, but I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to go ahead and release it. The other side. Go lower, you're really flexible. I'm not, so I like to hold it right here. Very good, everyone. And I would normally hold that for about 30 seconds each side, but again, for the sake of time constraints, I'm going to go ahead and pass that. But there is one more stretch I want to do for hip pain, and that is the iliotibial band stretch. And to do that, you're just going to cross your legs like this, and then it's just like a regular hamstring stretch, each down. You can really feel this on the IT band. Drop your head, look at your knees, not at the floor. Come on up. Again, I'd normally hold those for 30 seconds each. Do the opposite leg just to demonstrate. And drop the head. Really feel this right along here. It's really one of my favorite stretches because there's not a lot of stretches that hit the IT bands. And those are such a critical muscle for preventing pain in both the knees and the hips. Good job, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. See you guys next time.